MTA workers are saying that they are now being assaulted more than ever by customers. And according to some workers, it's happening because customers are just fed up with bad service, delays, terrible conditions, dirty, homelessness, all kinds of things happening on the MTA, and it's driving customers crazy. They're taking it out on the employees. 6 assaults since the last week in May. Nate Rogers has the full story. Nate, what's going on?
That's right, Bill. It's absolutely unbelievable. MTA union reps tell me train operators and conductors are assaulted several times a week by angry commuters, and many times the attacks go unreported. And as you said, there were 6 attacks last month. Now, last week, while driving the 4 train in Manhattan, Elliot Strickland was spat on twice, 2 separate times in the same day by folks riding the train. The first assault happened after he'd given a group some directions to access another train station.
2 gentlemen were already stepping off the train, and the female was the last passenger, and she's the one who turned and spat at me. The spray mist, like I described it, it was really from my toes to my chin. That's how much came at me.
Strickland says he was spat on a second time by a man who was apparently upset that his train had been taken out of service. Other conductors tell me it happens all the time. They're yelled at, cursed at, and attacked for many reasons that are out of their control. Strickland says throughout his 15-year career with the MTA, the demeanor of riders has completely changed.
You have 85% of the public that are great public. That 15% is still a large amount to just be angry, vilified. It's just disgusting.
Now, Bill, viewers can recall in April, Mayor de Blasio announced that more NYPD officers would be riding trains and seen at train stations. This was all a part of the neighborhood policing initiative. Right now, those officers are covering districts in the Bronx and in Brooklyn. Now, Strickland did report both of his incidents to police. He says, Bill, he's unsure if those perpetrators were caught. He has not heard back from police just yet.
I would imagine most of the MTA employees, if not all of them, are carrying cell phones. Why not dial 911 immediately?
I spoke to maybe 3 or 4 of the conductors today just in my commute to and from Brooklyn. They're saying that they're just trying to really get to the next destination, and if they stop as soon as they are yelled at, cursed at, they'll be stopping the train all the time. In this particular incident, the guy was spat on in 2 different occasions, and so that's why he had to stop. They're saying they're assaulted for reasons that are out of their control.
Thank you, Nate. All right, let's bring in tonight's A-plus panel to break this down. We are joined by Republican strategist Jeanette Hoffman. Always good to see you, Jeanette.
Thanks, Bill.
Bill Caruso, Democratic strategist, also back with us. Good to see you, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Bill, I'm going to start with you. There is no excuse. Not the cursing, not the punching, not the spitting. Is this just another indication of how you've got a bit of a disconnect between the administration of the MTA and the NYPD? To me, this is a problem solved by adding more cops.
Well, sure. Listen, they're sitting up in their ivory tower. They're not exposed to this, but that's the root of the problem. This is a problem from government at the top levels, not these poor folks that are actually working. I mean, they're as frustrated as the people, and I get the frustration. If you're a commuter, I get that frustration, but it's misplaced hostility. It is not these poor folks that are trying to do the best they can under horrendous circumstances themselves.
This is absolutely horrifying behavior. Look, I get it. The MTA is an absolute dumpster fire. People are frustrated. They're not going where they need to go because of the dysfunction, but that does not give you the right to assault a worker there. You don't have that right to physically assault someone. I think these people should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law so they are made an example of for others.
Nate, is the increased police presence you talked about, are they stepping it up at all the stops? And is anyone concerned that as we get into the summer, when you're going to hit 90, 95 degrees, humidity, and it's choking on the platform, the tensions are going to rise even further?
Yeah, well, again, they're stepping up on stops, various stops throughout Brooklyn and the Bronx. And people are saying absolutely, riders are wanting more of a police presence. But you got to remember, a lot of these activities, they're sporadic, Bill. You really can't have police on every single train. And so some of the accountability, if I can say myself, has to be to some of the riders.
I wonder why there aren't cameras on every one of these trains, right? All right, thank you, Nate. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.